Okay, live and live and live. I don't like making videos on Mondays very much, so I held this over, but these came a day early, and so still wrapped. And I will do some comparison with the other brands of overalls that I've been experimenting with that not too many people have watched those videos, but this is the Roundhouse edition, and I also have the Key, the Big Smith, although the Key was the railroad stripe, not the hickory stripe, and then I had the Liberty, with the Liberty being a different denim, though the more rigid denim than the standard kind of softer dad jean denim, I guess. So without too much ado, I had said when I reviewed these that I wasn't going to get the Roundhouse ones yet. At the time, that was I just, I didn't get these on a sale price or anything, and I didn't get them in like a Black Friday special or anything like that. I had paid pretty much full price for at least one of the pairs. These, I'm not sure if they were in a sale price, but they did cost like $20 more than the other pairs, and most of that I'm pretty sure is because it's made in USA labor. So there's your card and then sizing. These, I might have to get them hemmed. I did have to get the Big Smith hemmed. I just got those back after a week, like, I don't know, a week or two ago. So I only wore them once or something since then. I washed them a couple times. These, okay, well, they're darker to start with in color, and I don't know how the fabric will feel comparatively, because obviously they're still in the bag. I had watched Morawski video where he was complaining. You can see the name on the buttons there. Maybe not. Yeah, there you go. Roundhouse. And he was saying he got a pair and the stitching was all wonky and they weren't up to his snuff. But this brand is available through Boot Barn. I did not get these at Boot Barn. Just because it can be kind of hit or miss what they have in stock at each individual Boot Barn, and I have coupons for in-store purchases but not for online purchases, so I don't know if I'd be able to get this in an in-store purchase and save a whole bunch of money. But so I bought them on Amazon, and they showed up again on Monday instead of Tuesday, so that was nice. And bag, and there we go. So it says 100% cotton, roundhouse.com, so you could buy them direct from them probably too instead of Amazon. But I thought I had some points or something. Turned out I only had like $2 in points, so it didn't really matter. Number 966. So what different ones are available, I don't know. This does seem to be their version of what I would maybe consider a rigid denim instead of a stonewash denim. I didn't really look that long. Like I said, I was going by price, and I wasn't even necessarily looking for overalls at the time. They just kind of popped up in my whatever. And I was doing a little search, maybe, I forget. Roundhouse, heavy duty, 100% cotton, durable, triple needle stitching, main seams. Okay, I should have read those lines separately. 100% cotton, period. Durable, triple needle stitching, main seams. There should be commas or something there, but there aren't. Strong hammer loop. There's a comma here. Tough tool pockets. And then their website again. And we have some red contrasting stitching instead of green. So there's that. The other pairs, think this one was made in Vietnam, and those might have been China. I forget. But as I had said, the Liberty were a rigid denim, and they did have a little bit more of a coarse feel to them. But nothing too overtly noticeable in a negative way. Like when you're sitting in the chair, relaxing, you might feel it a little bit more. But when I was out just walking around and such, nothing that really bothered me. Let's see. No, these were also made in Vietnam. So the Liberty was made in Vietnam, and the Big Smith was made in the hickory ones were China. The red, no, the key. Sorry, the other big. I think both of the Big Smiths were Vietnam, and the key were China. But apparently the Liberty was also Vietnam. So I had joked maybe they were in the same factory. So this Vietnam, yes. Okay, so this was the Big Smith. That's the back. Front. Now the difference with a lot of these was the front pockets. So overall, I had kind of liked the Big Smith pockets a little bit more. The key pockets had an extra flap with a button thing, and which is not terrible, but I debated if I wanted to remove that. And the Liberty, of course, had the extra zipper buddy with the little pocket buddy. I didn't necessarily like the doubling of the pockets, but it's not terrible when you're wearing it for extra weight and bulk and whatnot. But the little snap front thing, I might prefer a little more to the zipper thing. Just because, again, it kind of depends on what you're using it for. So the front pocket on that being slightly different, the hardware being pretty similar, these having more of a brass color, this obviously having also kind of a brass color, but a little more subdued, a little less shiny, I guess. Since 1903, 112 years, best-selling. So this has been a popular brand that I've never, owned. So we can see the triple stitching. What don't know about the, again, the hem here, I might have to swap that out for a shorter. They look pretty wide. You can see there's a carpenter pockets there. There's a hammer loop there. Big patch back pockets there as standard. So no extra phone pockets or anything too much apart from the two that. And the front, okay, I'm a little confused. I thought this brand was famous because they used a button fly, but this particular model apparently still has a zipper, same as the other brands. I was convinced by videos that one of the features of this brand was going to be the button fly, so apparently I didn't do diligence enough on that aspect. Because I kind of wanted to check out the button fly. Now, I had said in the previous video, and I stand by this, that I don't know that a button fly really helps with overalls the same way it works with a pair of 501 Levi's. So you got your two buttons on either side instead of some brands will have three, but these has two, and two button holes. Again, no contrast stitching. It's all white here. It is contrast stitching in the white, but not gold or whatever. So then we got the back straps. It's back first. So very similar design to I think it was the Big Smith. Yeah. So the Big Smith has this little triangle going up the seam. If I can get the things to cooperate for the camera. And this, of course, looking. The front pocket's going to look real familiar to the Big Smith, too. So I don't know if I need to show the Big Smith again, but the front pocket of this and the Big Smith are the exact same front pocket, looks like. So you got your watch tab and your 2 snaps and your extra pencil pockets and screwdriver holders or whatever. And then the hardware looks pretty much the same. Again, a little bit less shiny color. The Roundhouse tag on the front as well as on the back. And in the interior tag, let me hunt for it. And this is, where's the garment tag? No, it's way up here. Okay. I'm looking for it in the wrong place. Okay. Lot 966. Machine wash cold with light colors. Do not bleach. 100% cotton. Well, guess what? Made in Vietnam. So they literally are made by the same people who made the Big Smith ones. Not made in the United States at all. So where that extra $20 went, I don't know, except for the denim is more of a traditional color of a denim. And here they're saying USA since 1903, but these are definitely not the USA 1903. These are the made in Vietnam, whatever. Live and learn. Here I'm wearing the hat and thinking, oh, made in USA. Okay, well, joke's on me. It is a USA company. I thought their bibs were made in Oklahoma, and I thought they had button flies. But apparently some of their bibs have zipper flies, and they come from Vietnam. So there you go. Buried the lead. Well, too bad I didn't read that tag first, I guess. So I guess you'll have to get in touch with the company and try and figure out which ones are the ones that are made in USA and which ones are the ones that have the other denim and da-da-da-da-da. As far as the weight and the fabric and everything, they feel the same. I don't see any significant. The Big Smith might be thicker even. The rigid ones feel like these. The people feel like exactly the same ones. Except these rigid ones are actually softer because I already washed them twice and these haven't been washed. So either or, see how it goes. Okay, well, let's try them on and see how they fit. I'm wearing the worst corduroy pants ever for the sake of the video. Again, I don't necessarily think that the made in Asia stuff is automatically lower quality or whatever in terms of fabric and whatnot. I think it's not typically, if I can get the hardware to cooperate. Everything wants to challenge me today. Okay. But if I can get these on over my pants, we'll know they're gonna fit okay. I don't see why they wouldn't fit okay. It's a matter of the length. And of course, pants underneath when I bunch on them. So this is me in the Roundhouse. Day one. But yeah, the side buttons done up. And they're not too long. We'll see if they shrink in the wash at all. I like to wash them before I, take them to the tailor. In most cases, that's advisable. Get this. I can't seem to get anything to cooperate today, but usually stuff slides pretty easily. You don't want to tighten these too tight because then they go right, the seam goes right up your your rear, you know. But what do I do when I get them? They're not so floppy. So, like I said, I don't know what to tell you in terms of. I mean, it's Amazon, so I could just return them on, you know, and save the money and go back shopping for the Made in USA ones with the button fly, but this is what came. So we got two standard. The more I move, the weirder the camera acts. They are a little bit long, but I'm wearing not boots, so I will probably have to get these hemmed if they don't shrink a little. But again, I didn't see another sizing choice at this price, whereas the which pair was it? Was it the Liberty? You know, I don't remember. But one of the pairs I was able to get in the shorter length, and they could still be hemmed a smidge, but not enough that it'd be worth it to pay for the. Yeah, the Liberty I was able to get into 29, and their 29 still runs a little long, but I'm not walking on them. But I wouldn't mind if they were a little bit shorter, but the 28 I think would be too short, so kind of stuck. Whereas the Big Smith, I had to get those hemmed. I think the Key was also available in a 29. I don't think I had these hemmed. And these still have the tag on them, so I might still have to get these hemmed, but I haven't washed them yet, so I'll probably wash both of these together soon and see how it goes. Whereas the Key, I already washed the Key ones. Yeah, 42.29. So I've been able to get these in the shorter. So the Key and the Liberty, the Roundhouse, what other options they have? You know, again, they might have different models that have shorter lengths available. Not sure, but the width is pretty standard. If they shrank a little more in the width, I'd be in trouble. But again, I am wearing these over another pair of pants, so I might have a little bit of wiggle room in there that doesn't show up on camera when I'm wearing them separate. So that's about the size of it. This went on 10 minutes longer than I thought it would. And as always, if you have any questions, you can go ahead and put them in the comments. I'm going to fidget with the hardware and throw them in the wash or whatever. And yeah, happy Tuesday, I guess.